Hey everyone, welcome to the first hour of Disco Elysium, an ambitious and promising new role-playing game. I really enjoyed playing this live on stream. Come by the stream if you want to see it live, twitch.tv/MadMorph, or if you want to see more of it on YouTube, please do remember to hit that like and leave a comment below to let me know. Enjoy. Everything ready to go. Let's get into it. Disco Elysium. Select archetype. Thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas, tag yourself. Sensitive, very psychological, a magnetic personality, but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Or create your own. What are you, chat? Are you a thinker? Are you sensitive? Or are you physical? So these are quite extremes with what they're good at, and they're like really bad at something else. Encyclopedia, Inland Empire, hand-eye coordination is the perk that is like selected. We'll go into create your own and you can see how things can shake out. NJ, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, I appreciate it. Get some hype in the chat. Thank you so much for using that in here. Thank you for the support. Now, I feel like these are going to be fairly important. So the way that this game seems to handle pretty much everything is dice rolls and percentage, like chances on fail or success. Quite how that will affect things further down the line remains to be seen, but it's definitely going to matter. So we're kind of going to go, we don't want anything to be too weak. I did experiment a little bit with this yesterday because I was really curious how it was going to affect things and how it was going to affect the game and what kind of options you were given. So you'll see as we go through it how it does that. I think we're going to... Let's drop physical a little bit and we'll be a little bit more emotionally intelligent. I think. We're going to kind of come down the middle. We don't want to be too weak in one aspect. But if you want to, you can be like, no, this, and then you can be like a genius with your emotional intelligence or with your raw brain power. It's up to you. How agile you are, your senses. Let's have our senses be better than our muscles. What do you think? You guys agree? I think so. We don't want to be dumb, emotionally intelligent, not so physical. We got decent senses. We'll see how we go with that. We'll see what happens. So here are the skills that can be added to as you go through, and you can pick a signature skill to begin with. This skill you select will gain a +1 bonus. Additionally, the learning cap for every skill of the same type will be raised by +1. And there's quite a few of them. I'll just read a couple so you get like an idea. Logic. Wield raw intellectual power. Deduce the world. Intellect base +3. So because we're a 3, everything is base at the moment. And then you get like cool for analysts. Pure rationalists. Obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You will be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery, for those blinded by their own brilliance often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle, even if you find the pieces. Good luck putting them together. Encyclopedia. Call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Call for thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. Rhetoric. Ideologues, conversationalists, would-be politicians. Practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Drama. Play the actor. Lie. Detect lies. Call for undercover cops. Thespians of the stage. Psychopaths. Well... understand creativity. See art in the world. Reconstruct crime scenes. Make laws of physics work for the law. So that's all of the intellect stuff. And then we have volition. Hold yourself together. Keep morale up. Hunches and gut feelings. Like, there's so many and they're so varied. Understand others. Work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Connect to Station 41 and understand cop culture. Suggestion. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Crane's in the chat. So we've got endurance. Take the blows. Don't let the world kill you. Pain threshold. Speaks for itself. Physical instrument. Your muscles. Healthy organs. Electrochemistry. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Shivers. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune in to the city. Half-light. Let the body take control. Threaten people. Hand-eye coordination, perception, see, hear, smell, reaction speed, savoir-faire, sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache, lockpicks and pockets, and composure, straighten your back, keep your poker face. So this kind of informs you about what things are being set by your skills here, and what you might add to through the game. We've got to pick a signature skill for our character. It's tough. It's very, very tough. I'm thinking maybe suggestion. We're kind of we're already at a base level of 4, but maybe for that to be our signature. I'm a little worried about our body being at a 2 after reading those. Endurance and pain threshold and drugs. Maybe that needs to come up. Maybe we'll dull our senses and bring up our body instead. Or I could just go straight down the middle with 3s. I feel like I would rather have dulled senses, but like a decent body if it's going to be stuff to do with like drugs and pain. I think we definitely want this. We want to be able to, you know, work stuff out and have good conversations with people. And maybe charming men and women playing the puppet master would be a good signature. But you could be like, oh, I'm going to be a druggie. I'm going to go in this one. I would probably go with this or drama. Let's go with suggestion, even though it's already at a 4. We'll set that one. So that's our signature skill. Be a bit of a crane cop. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. That was quick text.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Our ancient reptilian brain.
Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is great.
Yes, it is.
Give me some more.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Alonzi, let's go.
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
A return trip to the silence, please.
Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion. So that's our volition speaking to us. All of those sort of skills, those things that we were just looking at, they run in the background and then sort of like talk to you at different times. They're like your feelings. Stop. I don't want to hear anything more about this sensation. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Open your eyes. How good is that opening? Let me move my thing, hang on. Yeah. This is us. Welcome to our new life. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on rolling empty. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Of course it is. I drank it all. Pants. -1 savoir faire. +1 to electrochemistry. Perception. Hearing. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. Sight. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. In here. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Liqueurs. Mirror. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there underneath the soft vapor. Really nothing? Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking, it was a deluge of world-ending proportions. No way, I'm not doing this. Back off. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Inland Empire. Abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. How bad could it be? Where to begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sure everything is fine. Touch your nose. It's not. Your nose feels like a balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. Doesn't appear to be a particularly small nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. I'm scared. I want to stop doing this. Wipe the mirror. Behold! 'Cause Rate me out of 10, chat. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar. It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Because I'm a superstar. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. No, this is what superstars do. Keep making the face. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You've worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There's some charm to it. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. It's an expression of pain. Superstardom! You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. Check for pulse. XP. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive for now. So then you can see an example here where we can roll. So we've got a very low chance of digging deep into our mind to locate the source of the expression. Or our electrochemistry attempt to stop the expression from happening. 3%. Oh! It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of revolution that for a fleeting moment free market economy seemed like the ultimate uncontested way of life for our species. Okay. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing: Guillaume le Million. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music and an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit, then he made the expression. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Anything else? Who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? You've some understanding of the recent history of disco. The rest is darkness. I adopted it. Why? Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. Add the clicking sound. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry Your Pretty Little Head. How long ago was the new? Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. That's it then. Thought gained. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. So then if I attempt to stop the expression, a fail. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. Let the mirror be. I wasn't expecting us to pass that. Anon, thank you so much for the 51 months of support. I appreciate it. Can we get some hype in the chat for the beautiful Anon with the resub? Thank you for the support, man. A shirt. +1 to conceptualization, -1 to suggestions. Wait, I'm more suggestive to people with my shirt off, apparently. Are we bare? My jacket. +1 Esprit de Corps, which is the police thing. Disco ass blazer. Ceiling fan. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as a punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. Grab the tie. It's low chance of us just grabbing it whilst it's moving. Or pull on the fan, pull on the light bulb. Let's just try and grab it. Oh, success. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap, it's released from the blade. Warning, the necktie is no longer contained. Dude, we're so cool. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. This knot reminds you of a noose. Item gained, horrific necktie. Pull on the fan. The blades come squeaking to a halt. Pull on the light bulb. Oh, a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Turn the lights off. Leave. I think we're a little hungover, guys. A green shoe. Gobbo shoes. Broken window. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Assess the damage. High chance. Success. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from inside. Did I break it with my hands? Look at them. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Wait, what am I doing? Something you've done before. Assess the size of the impact. It's detectiving. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. I should go and get that shoe. New task. Find your other shoe. Cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. See if there's anything over here. One hell of a night. Look at us with one shoe on. Something on the table. Money. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power, like police officers. I'm going to say all the weird things. We're going to be the weirdest cop ever. Turn it up a little bit. Thought. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Can I save any time? Oh, I can. Cool. Oh, we can zoom out. Nice. Look at that. Gust of briny wind washes over you. My other shoe. Snakeskin shoes. Task completed. There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like 2 baby crocodiles. How do they fit? Good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Ouch. I love this whole concept of these different, you know, thoughts and beings that make up a person kind of coming to the forefront and saying things. So all of these bits that are popping up, whether it's your senses or the Inland Empire or your authority, these sort of different voices in your mind, the dialogues change according to what your stats are that you're setting at the beginning, because they're obviously more powerful and more perceptive and more likely to come to the surface with their kind of roles that are happening in the background. So you'll get different kind of sense of things and dialogues coming up, which is pretty dope.
Hello, officer.
The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Turn your bloated face away from her beauty and just keep on walking. Am I military personnel? Officer?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. Our authority speaks up. There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? She shakes her head slowly. Officer, could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those. Officer is my stage name, right? I can see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer.
No. You're a police officer, sir?
Goddamn right I'm a policeman. Don't you forget it. You sure? You're shitting me. Let's go. You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
He takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her. Physically. Success. I'm at death's door, bloated, a goner, and still. Does the longing ever stop? Oh, no voice. Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men, she says matter-of-factly. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural. She puts out a cigarette. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. And no, it never stops.
Goodbye.
End. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Electrochemistry. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Am I a smoker? Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker. Especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub still smoldering deliciously. She broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied, then smoke them all. The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly the garish tie feels very snug. Like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. A cat that wants you to smoke a lot. Or you could not do that. No one is making you. I should enthusiastically do that. Good, they'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam, instantly a cool renegade man, a mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Find smokes. The door is closed. I mean, she gave us the look, right? There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. Swallow the emotion. I'm so alone. The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care. Try the handle. Could be only opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer. Knock again, much harder. Still nothing. Leave. This is the weekend edition of a satirical newspaper, Trompe le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Knock, knock. Who's there? Bloaty McGee. I love this style though. It just looks so good. It's got that isometric whole vibe of like something classic, but it also feels so new. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where lyrics would be. You should totally sing karaoke here the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul is immense. Utterly, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. This goes well with the theory I'm developing that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. What should I sing? You've not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. I was thinking maybe I should sing something happy. Get the people going. No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first. Sing karaoke. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. Where's it coming from? From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography? Nowhere in particular, it's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights and they solve shit. Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together. Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullins, Salam, Rocky Bye, badass, on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. No, fuck you. Action! With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it, in an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on. So we're developing these thoughts. Guillaume. So this would be -1 logic, head in the clouds. Whatever happened to Guillaume le Million, who with his amber mane and sparkling teeth beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust, or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boîte de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Oh wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West, So I can choose to... This is the problem, and then I guess the solution unlocks if I internalize the thought? Some kind of superstar, -2 to logic, still seems unlikely. Research time 1 hour. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lion-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume le Million or Davy Dewis, no. You're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Swampy with the Prime. We're all superstars. Thank you so much for the 14 months. Get some hype in the chat. I really do appreciate the Prime resub. Thank you, thank you. Oh, right. So you get the minus whilst you're researching it. So you have to suffer that penalty to your logic whilst you're internalizing the thought. It's like you're distracted, like your brain is mulling that over. Ah, wow, that's a long one. 4 hours. Let's do some kind of superstar. Because it's an hour, and then we can see how this system works. Then it goes in here and we're researching it. Okay. Screwed my logic for the next hour. I probably should have done that later on when I had some downtime. Oh well. Our inventory. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. This necktie is adorned with a garish pattern, disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. They may have lost some of the luster over the years, but these green crocodile leather shoes fit you perfectly. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Oh, God. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss-soaked, cum-stained party pants. Wow. Party pants. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. This menu's been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. Oh, what was that? The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. A sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for union members. Doors open 4 o'clock. So it's currently 8:39. Day 1. What was this? This is our logbook. So we've got sing karaoke and find smokes and smoke 'em. Okay, and we found our other shoe. Completed. And then there's a map. Okay. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and he extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You're sure of this, but why? Who is he to me? He's your half-brother. Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. 42%. Partial to the officer. So I got a -1 to this because I'm partial to calling myself the officer, I think. This is a red check. It cannot be retried. Alright, let's just call me officer. Let's try and invent a name for ourselves. Success. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go. Just call me officer.
Very well, officer.
He's slightly confused.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
I mean, that guy? Nod towards the man behind the counter. I totally talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware. I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot more out of habit than impatience. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure, but did you take it down from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No?
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It's obvious he would have preferred the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Okay. What were we supposed to do again? Talk to the manager, then we go out back, we take the body down. What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. He's a 51. Thank you so much for the resub. You hyped for this as well? Yeah, it's so good. It's so damn good. I really hope it holds up everything that it has early on. It's just like amazing so far. He concludes, but first we have to take it down. How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
Is the body still in the tree?
I think it might be. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. Let's ask the animals and find out. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia on the Citizens Militia, of the Citizens Militia, on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it, but for now I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Okay. He nods. Let's go. Interview the manager. Inspect the victim's body. After you, officer. If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge? Wait. Shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check pockets. You mean you don't have a badge? Pretend you found it. I have my badge. I'm a policeman. I have my badge. It's like Bear. It's so Bear. Oh. There's a moment's pause. Then he continues, obviously relieved. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave, but since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. I'm a police! I'm a police, just holding it up. But it's not really there. Yep. Royal Pinball Machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile. Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. Reaction speed. Wait, who's Sweetie? Does that mean you like me?
You are a handsome man, officer.
The
with
voice
your
acting is great as well.
moustache and your chiseled jaw, and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. How'd you like to roll with me? Her eyes light up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my, she sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. Oh, of course! I forgot I had you. I love the writing so much. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, forays into the paranatural. I can assure you with absolute certainty there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but she looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time. You seem to be in a chair. Yes, dear, I'm a paraplegic. Encyclopedia. Paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height or a grenade explosion. Grenade. Did you fight in the war? I'm sorry, it was rude of me. Thanks for clearing that up. Did you fight in the war? In a war? No, dear, I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. I feel like I was in a war. Were you a tightrope walker? Nothing so extravagant, dear, though what a young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd. What did you do? I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Thanks for clearing that up. Let's move on. No problem. She nods, smiling up at you from behind her glasses. Empathy. There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am, or what I'm doing, or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox, but surely things can't be that bad. She won't judge you, no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my, it takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts. The Whirling in Rags Cafeteria. It was on my keys. That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags Cafeteria? Revachol. Indeed, we are in the fine city of Revachol. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this? Her grey eyes widen. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world. It's seen better days. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is? The spring of 51. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should be rewarded. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. I can tell that this is taxing for you. I'll ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. We are governed by intelligent machines. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Let's go with intelligent machines. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Oh, no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a special administrative region led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, certainly no machines. I don't know, still looks like there's a lot of hustling going on. Maybe she's wrong. Also, there's no government. How come there are cops? I don't know what to say. I'm so disappointed. It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now the RCM is all we've got. So how come there are cops? This is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. Who could tell me more? So how did I do? You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and places, reality, in a word. It's very odd. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs, and while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary. I wouldn't worry too much. This background jam on the radio, though. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask. She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. Get a reality lowdown. Of course, she turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich maybe? Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. I gotta get going. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. She gives you a small wave. What a nice lady. Alright, we gotta talk to this guy. Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1. It's 9 a.m. You. Gart? Is that like the French version of Garth? I'm going to call him Garth. A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard. Notice unimpressive. Ouch. Notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant. Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether, like you're not even there. That's my empathy telling me.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Kim glances into his little notebook.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an interdistrict
I love it when the voice
investigation.
acting comes
So
up.
joining me from Precinct 41.
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. The harbinger of ruin.
What?
The gloaming. I am it.
I have no idea what that means.
I've been to the precipice. I've seen the end.
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back. For a moment, the man fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze, then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
Alright, we're on the case now.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Boing. He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias.
Alright, mate. Calm down.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
Oh, it's beneath you, is it? Garth.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
He turns to you. Who, me?
Mm-hmm. I have everything.
He checks
You?
his little notebook. Oh, you mean do I have questions?
Yes, he means do you have questions for me? Like a police officer would.
The cafeteria manager is clearly agitated again. Who killed him? Where exactly is the body? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on a tree. How do we get there? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. Exit through that, and to your right you should see a big hole in the fence, a really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Did you kill him? What, are you crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Why did Sylvie go away? She went away because... none of your business. She pertains to the coming apocalypse. Does she? Maybe she does. Maybe she pertains to the apocalypse. He snorts. Sylvie is not here because I asked for her number. The dead body out back didn't help either, but it was mostly me. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Didn't go well? I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. What? That's right. If there's one thing I know about myself, it's that I'm a total raging feminist. Do you have a phallus in your ear? I said I'm a feminist. That's good, but there is a timetable for this investigation dictated to us by the stages of decomposition, and it says we need to move on. You just got a thought. Click on the thought cabinet. Are you a bartender? I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy subject for him. You look like a bartender. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager. What's the difference? I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it. What's your problem with me? Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero cop. So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero? Yes, you are. He looks at you with mock admiration. A real decorated hero. What did I do? What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, you didn't trash my hostel room, maybe you even negotiated the strike. Oh my god, I did all those things? No, you see, actually you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here. What have I been doing? Have you seen me around? I haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember? He looks at you, then at the lieutenant. Was there anything else? That's all. Let's go. Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. He points at you. You owe me 130 real. No one is saying the multi-patterned necktie you found tied to a ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination, but... The horrific necktie. Let's bail! Time to push the eject button. Sounds like a responsibility. You don't like those. Low chance of slipping away undetected. 17%. Oh god. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. The IIR, or intersolary real, is the global reserve currency, whatever part of the world you're in right now. It's safe to assume he means you owe him money. Do you mean some form of street cred? No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me real money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him! What do I owe this place for? Let's see. He dramatically turns a page in the ledger. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real, then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130. And yes, it's still money. But what is money? What are you, a philosopher? I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or, he peeks into the ledger, 8 bottles of potent blend, 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Proceed to show him the coins you found. Is this money? Proceed, but don't show him the coins. They're yours. Interesting. Where do I get it from? Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. He looks at Kim. I'm sorry. I don't think cops take bribes. Some do take recompense. The lieutenant is dead serious, but only to survive. Why do I need it? For survival, to pay me, unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. He stops and says mostly to himself, I'm not an asshole. Don't show him the coins. They're mine. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop for, I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. Did I just hear my tie speak to me twice? Perfect necktie. No one is saying that. No one is saying the tie can talk. That would be ludicrous. It's just that you should arrest him. It would be wiser. He wants to take your money. Try to tuck the tie away. Great advice. I'm considering it. Give the tie an affirmative tug. The lieutenant looks at you tugging on your garish tie. He puts his hand on your shoulder. If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages. You're under arrest. You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything. Or put this man in his place. Did someone order a vague, farcical reading of the law? More than one pops into your head. You have admitted to sexual crimes. You will be taken to sex prison. He laughs. What in the name of God? Sounds like you think sex is more than a social construct. Tell me, do you think women are mentally inferior to men? Okay. He settles down. I know what is going, and... Okay, I'll call your station. What did you say it was? 41, the lieutenant steps in. I'll call them for recompensation for the room, but you still owe me 70 for the drinks and the window, and I do not think women are mentally inferior to men. I have no memory of drinking them. I'm not paying for the drinks. The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. He points to the book. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them. I won't pay for the window. Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room. Cool. Leave. No, not cool. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there. He points upstairs. That's enough. Good day. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. Dude, the writing is so good. Holy moly. That was an amazing conversation. Do I even have a home? You've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Marvel Hill. That sounds nice. Why did you say that? I guess ask him. Kitsuragi, do you know a place called Marble Hill? No, he thinks for a moment. But isn't that an expression, not a place? An expression? A saying, up on Marble Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to. Damn it. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. I'll live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop. I want to find where I live, though. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? Lonesome long way home. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. So I know as an example, like at that point, if you choose Hobocop, Hobocop becomes a thought that you could then research and explore. I wonder if that thought's done yet. We're 87% done with some kind of superstar. And now we have new thoughts. Inexplicable feminist agenda. +2 authority against men. Something stirs in you, something interdisciplinary. Plenary. Words. Is it a newly formed reaction to the tyrannical gender roles around you, or something you've always had? One thing is for sure, you're not a mild feminist. Oh no. These are incendiary thoughts aimed at undermining the very pillars of society. Could you fashion them into some sort of weapon, perhaps? A first strike weapon to decapitate the XY chromosome hegemony? +1 encyclopedia. Factual memory returns. Takes us 6 hours to do this one. Rewind. Trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up off the asphalt. 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor track to the 881 until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. A side alley there. Your footprints in the mud. Let's let it keep doing the research on that one. What is that? Summer door closed for winter. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Pick up the pills. Magnesium. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. You've just picked up medicine. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Click the plus to heal your morale if you have morale damage. Challenging to wake him up. Lieutenant, who is this? No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor. Why is he sleeping during the day? Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping. Sounds great. Try and wake him up. 42% chance, and we've currently got a +1 ruckus from talking to Garth. This is a white check. You may retry it. Let's go for it. Success! There is only one way to awake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane, rip the buildings from the earth. No words, just a primordial scream. The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. Why are they yelling, man? I just wanted to see what would happen if I yelled. Congratulations, you've seen the future. Now if you excuse me again, officer. The worker sinks back onto the table, ready to continue his nap. Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least. Point at the bottle in the spilt rum. Yours? Indeed, help yourself to some. Wait, no, it's empty. Sorry, pal. What about the dead body? What about it? Just trying to find out what you know. You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone's decided to die on top of a tree, how is it my concern? Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know. I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead. What trouble? You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know. I prefer to keep it this way. The lieutenant gives you a little nod and makes a note in his notebook. Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepy here. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective. Okay. See anything interesting in your dreams there, buddy? Thank God, no. Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum? Was it pure nothing, your consciousness no larger than a single grain of malt? The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep, a web of wrinkles cover his forehead. I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, I'm really out. No malt grains or whatever, no poetry stuff, just quality time. A little me time in the abyssopelagic zone. Wow, that's a word. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection. Who's behind the strike? We are the workers, the union. You know what we need. What's right for us? There's no leader? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Shit. What did I click? That makes sense somehow. Fuck. Oh, that was my thought finishing. Some kind of superstar. Why are you sleeping here? The others are out striking. They got it. Measurehead's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was. Tell me about Wild Pines. That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics. He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this. How's that going? How's it going? The dock worker lets out a big yawn. And stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass. Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? I've almost never been outside of this building. Good. He doesn't dwell on the particulars of your existence. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbor trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. He rubs his eyes and sighs. Right to work, right to sleep, I say. Alright, I'll let you sleep. The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table in sweet sleep. Sleepy, sleepy boy. Thought complete. Alright, so our first thought completed. Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day, and the future cops will be like astrophysicists or prime ministers or prophets. And you're the first one. -1 logic to the price of self-delusion. Learning caps for visual calculus, suggestion, electrochemistry, and composure raised to 6. Nice. And look at this art. Holy moly. That is awesome. Love it. What am I opening? I was just actually taking a couple of pain pills out. Getting into character. No, I got a bit of a headache. You want some pills? We're a superstar cop now. Initial stat build is here, 3432. We've gone psych, and our signature skill is suggestion. Let's start working on. Let's do Long Way Home. So that gives us +1 to Encyclopedia, and also it's going to take 6 hours. So we're going to internalize that thought. And I guess I can do another one. I could do... I don't want to do -1 logic, because we're about to go and check out this dead body outside, right? So I don't want to screw myself up. And we already have -1 from being a delusional superstar. There's a lot of these. Let's do the feminist agenda +2 authority against men. Why not? Screw it. Get some bonuses. Potions. A bottle of rum has been knocked over, beautiful dark liquid spilling out. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Pretty long. It's drink o'clock. Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. I've been secretly thinking about it all this time. There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild. Lick it. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out the window, and then to you licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out the window again. What are you doing? He asks without turning his eyes from the street outside. Investigating. We should move. Find booze and drink it. A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination. I want a drink. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting.
Can I help you?
I need a drink. Can you pour me one? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this... He points to his empty hand. Is this a shaker? He sounds irritated. You sound irritated. Why? All I want is a drink. Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? He shakes the imaginary shaker furiously. Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why? Why? Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted? Play it calm. This man needs to understand. You need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff. I want a fucking drink. I am an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, you need to insert alcohol into my mouth. Oh, well in that case, let me pour you a nice big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Pineapple. Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that's all, I'd like to return to it. By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Absolutely out of the question. You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing this place to shit. Goodbye. Dude, I love the thoughts so much. It's incredible. Bum-bum. Out in a couple of days? Yes. This is
again,
the review build. It's the full game, as far as I'm aware. There was a preview build before, and now it's the full thing. Her grey eyes shine above the rim of her glasses. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Her expression becomes very serious. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck? If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you, and every other sad, lost person on this earth. What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any paychecks. Tug on her heartstrings. Suggestion, that's our signature skill. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but she unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. I could give you this to pawn. It's just to tide you over. Wonderful, the Lieutenant marks drolly. He has a pin. The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in a bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, St. Baptiste Summer 31 Dinghy Races. What is to pawn? Where can I pawn the pin? Cross the plaza, follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful. Items can be pawned at the Bird's Nest. Roy's appears in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these when talking to Roy. Promise I'll buy it back if you want to have more money. This will help me out. Thanks. She smiles up at you. You're quite welcome, dear. See ya. Of course, dear. Good luck with the case. Alright, look. We're just going to hold on to that in case we don't come up with the funds. Because we don't want to get kicked out, okay? If we come up with the funds, she gets a little pin back. Don't worry about the old lady. Alright, it's 10 a.m. Let's take our first steps outside. dialogue options that begin with hold on or wait to gain additional information before the conversation moves on. What do you know? Loading screen tips that are actually real tips. And helpful. How are you guys liking this game so far? How are you enjoying this? I can't believe we're an hour and 41 in. It's flown by. This writing is 10 out of 10. We're outside. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit the like and leave a comment to let me know, especially on this one with it being Disco Elysium and a long playthrough. If you want to see more of this on the channel, you gotta let me know. Otherwise, come to the live stream, twitch.tv/MadMorph. We'll be playing some more of it there. I also want to thank the developers for sending us a key so we could take a look early. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.